Hi friends, Tina did it here and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited about this DIY because it's a beach decor and I love beach decor, so I'm going to have a lot of beach decor coming your way. But here's my first one. I made this centerpiece using all Dollar Tree items. This video is going to be slightly longer than usual because I'm going to show you how I made this garland, this beach themed garland using ping pong balls, and I'm going to show you the centerpiece as well. They just look so great together, so I decided to put them in one video for you. So if you want to see how I made this, keep on watching. So I'm going to start off with 2 packs of the ping pong balls. Of course, you can make this garland a little longer if you'd like, but I'm only using 2 packs. And now I'm going to bring out my handy dandy drill and I'm going to make holes in them. If you've noticed, the ping pong balls, they have a line on them, the center part. We're going to make the hole on there, not the soft part of the ball. So basically take your drill and make a hole on that end, and you're going to flip the ball. I'm basically just going to eyeball it and try to get it as much as I can right across of the other hole. Now I'm going to do the same thing to all of them and then I'll set them aside. I'm going to take 1 pack and I'm going to paint it with this Caribbean paint. It's Apple Barrel Caribbean. I'm going to paint 6 of them that color, and then the other 6 I'm going to paint them white. And remember, you can use the ping pong ball container as a paint palette. So here's a hack for you. So I'm just going to use that and pour my paint inside, and I'm just going to go ahead and paint the balls. But what makes this a little bit easier is I put the balls on a skewer first. That way I have them stacked up and something is holding them, and I just paint them. And make sure when you're painting, you go in the same direction so it looks nice and neat. If you like videos that are straight on point and cute projects like this one, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell button so you're notified every time I upload a video. So I'm painting the ping pong balls and I'm going to give them 2 coats. So 1 coat, let it dry, put the 2nd coat on there, and then let them dry. Here's an idea of how I let them dry. You can have 2 paint bottles on the side and have it standing on there. That's why it's so much easier to have them on a skewer, so that way later on you can just have them standing somewhere to dry, not on paper. But here I have those wooden cutouts. They come in 6 in a pack, and I'm going to use the anchor. You can use any of them, but I realized the anchor already has a hole and I like the way the anchor looks. So I'm going with the anchor, and I'm going to go ahead and paint that white. And like I said, it has a hole. We're going to be hanging this on our garland later on, but I'm going to paint it white first, let it dry, and then get everything together in a minute. Once the ping pong balls are dry, I'm just going to take them out, place them back into the container, because now I'm going to go in and paint my other ping pong balls. I'm going to paint them white, remember? I know the ping pong balls are already white, but sometimes they have writing on them. Sometimes there's like a stamp. So I want to make sure that I cover it nicely. Plus I want it white. So that's why I'm going with this white Apple Barrel paint, and I'm going to paint them. But while that's drying, I'm going to get my tassel together. I'm going to use a ring, but first, and that ring, by the way, I just got it from a keychain. So I'm just going to roll the twine around my fingers, like 4 fingers, and then cut the bottom. And now I'm going to take 1 small piece of twine and tie the top part like you see here, if that makes sense, but leave a little space because that's where we're going to put another piece of twine and connect it to our guirlande later on. So I'm just going to double tie and cut the extras, and now I'm going to see how it looks like a cute little tassel. That's the way I do it. I don't know, I'm sure there's another way to do it, but that's the way I did it. So now I'm just going to put my twine through, and my twine is still with the roll. You know, I didn't cut another piece or anything. So now I'm just tying it up. So do you see here how my tassel is still connected to the roll of twine? But now I'm going to decorate this a bit. I'm going to add a pearl to it using my hot glue gun, and those pearls are from Dollar Tree as well. So now I'm just doing that, and I'm going to take a long strand. So I'm just going to basically keep pulling from that roll of twine because I prefer to have it longer than shorter. so I don't want to run out of twine and still have some ping pong balls aside. That's why I'm saying longer is better. So now I'm going to take the end of it, glue it onto my skewer that I had earlier. Basically, we're making a gigantic needle. So I'm going to glue that down to the end of the skewer, and yeah, that's going to be our needle. That's what we're going to use to take the twine through the ping pong balls. So you want to make sure that it's like laying flat onto the skewer so it goes in properly and doesn't get stuck. So that's why I'm applying hot glue and then pressing it after that with my hand, so that way it lays flat onto the skewer. So now I'm just taking all the balls through the skewer and pulling the twine gently through so that way it doesn't fall off. But yeah, so this is a super fun and very cute project to make. You have to give it a try. Don't get me wrong, I love the way the beads look on the garlands that you all make, but this is an alternative, an inexpensive alternative. So yeah, so give it a try. I love the way it turned out. And remember, take the idea and make it your own. You can have 3 different colors on this if you'd like. You can make it longer if you'd like. So now I'm just basically done putting them together, and they're nice and snug. And I'm just going to cut a little bit extra because this is where I'm going to add my anchor. I added my ring to my anchor, and now I'm just going to double tie it, and we're done with our garland. And that's it. Pretty easy, right? So definitely give this a try, and like I said, take the idea, make it your own, make it fit your style, and I love it. I think it turned out to be great, but you know, I love to hear from you, so let me know what you think of this project down in the comments, and here's how it looks. I know I made a little mistake right there, but I'll go over the paint on that ping pong ball, but overall, I think this is a great DIY and definitely a pop of color. I love it. Now that we're done with this one, let's get on with the centerpiece. So to make the centerpiece, you'll need 3 of these canvases from Dollar Tree. Here I have 2, and I have one from a previous DIY that I just happen to have. So yeah, so basically I'm just going to take out the staples from the back using a flathead screwdriver or anything a little bit sharp, and if the staples get stuck, which happened to me, I just grabbed some scissors, or you can use some wire cutter and just grab it and pull it out, so, or pliers even. So yeah, so take all the staples out, and we're not going to use a canvas, we're just going to use the frames that are inside. Now that they're all ready, I'm going to take this Fix-All adhesive from Dollar Tree or E6000, but I just have a little bit more in this tube, so I'm just going to finish that first and then switch off to E6000. But they're both exactly the same. So if you don't have E6000, this is a great alternative. I highly recommend this glue. But I'm going to basically go around the frame, and I'm going to pile all 3 over each other. It doesn't matter with the first 2, but the last one that you place on top, make sure you place the staples on the bottom. So yeah, so make sure the staples that we took out earlier, those marks, are onto the bottom. That way the top looks nice and clean. Now we're going to paint the entire thing with this apple barrel white paint. So I'm painting the sides, the top, and the inside, and then I'm going to let that dry. Now I'm going to go in with 8 craft sticks. These are the average size craft sticks. They're not the ones that are big or anything. So I'm going to cut one of them from the bottom. That way it stands flat onto the table, and I'm going to measure how high it is, if that makes sense. So now I'm just going to cut the top, and I'm going to take that one popsicle stick and measure it next to the other ones and basically cut all of them. Now I'm going to go in with this apple barrel light mocha, and I'm going to paint all the craft sticks. And now I need to close the bottom of this because I will be adding stones later and I don't want it to fall through. So I have many things on hand. I have this canvas and I have this screen. It's from a basket. But I'm basically just going to use a canvas. But you can also use foam board. I have a foam board. I just didn't show it here on video. But basically use anything you have at home, or you can use cardboard, or you can glue the stones instead of just throwing them in. But for me, I'm just throwing the stones in, so I don't want anything to fall through. So now I'm just going to go in with a pencil, and I'm just going to trace around it and cut my canvas. Now it's time to flip this over, and I'm going to hot glue the canvas that I just cut. I'm going to glue it onto the bottom. Again, if you have a foam board, it will work just as good. Cardboard even, a cereal box. Yeah, so anything will work onto the bottom. Just trace it out and basically do what I'm doing here. Hot glue and glue it onto the bottom. Now that I'm done with that, it's time to put everything inside. So I'm going to go in with this floral foam. It's already pre-cut for you and it fits perfectly in here. So yeah, it comes in a pack of 4, I believe. So you're going to need 6 for this. Here's my son helping me out, push it down, pushing it down. So yeah, you're going to see small hands with me doing this. But yeah, so like I was saying, it comes in a pack of 4. We're using 6 here, so you are going to need a pack and a half. So I'm piling them up, so 2 over each other, and that's a total of 6. Now, before adding any flowers or any grass or any decoration to this, you want to stick your craft sticks on there first. So here's how they should look. I'm going to apply hot glue and glue one down, and then the other one's going to be to the side of it, if that makes sense. So basically we're covering the corners, so basically like an L shape maybe. And yeah, so this is how they should look on the side, and that gives the edges a little bit better look, I think. And you can also do brown. So this looks good as is right now. You don't even have to add anything else to it. I mean, you can add the onion grass to it right now or any flowers and it will look great. But I'm going to be adding those white stones that I just showed you and onion grass to this. Here's how onion grass looks. And sometimes they do come with flowers in there. I just cut those out. But basically, I'm just going to stick them into the foam. On each foam, I'm going to place 2, except for the middle one is only going to have 1 because I only had 5 onion grass at home. So I'm just working with whatever I have at home. So if you feel comfortable adding glue to it, that's fine, but I realized that they hold on great without even adding glue to them in the floral foam bar. So here I am just cutting the flowers that they come with, and I also cut down the bottom. That part is optional. You could just stick it through the floral foam, but I like it a little bit shorter, so I just pushed them a little bit further. And now here's how it looks. Now it looks great. Now you can leave it as is, but I'm going to add these ship wheels that I got from this 6-pack again that I used in my other DIY. And you can leave it the way it is. Do you see how the color looks amazing on there? But I wanted it to match my garland, so I painted them using a different kind of blue. It's called Sailing Sky from Craft Smarts. Now I know some of you are not a fan of onion grass, but you can have things on dowel sticks from Dollar Tree. You can have a starfish or the anchor from earlier and just glue them on a dowel and just decorate this the way you'd like it. You don't have to use onion grass. While that's drying, I'm going to add in my stones, and remember, I'm not gluing the stones down or anything. I'm just tossing them on there, and it's perfect, and it adds weight too, so this is great. Now I'm just going to glue on my ship wheel, and that's it. It's done. Here's my garland with it as well, and I think it looks great. But remember, I love to hear from you, so here it is on my table. Definitely I'll be adding more stuff to this, and this also fits on that Dollar Tree tray, so I just have it sitting there for now, but I will be adding seashells and other things and other DIYs along with this, and I think it's a great start for a centerpiece, and I love it. So let me know what you think down in the comments. You know, I'd love to hear from you, and if you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe for more fun DIYs, and make sure to share with your friends. Thank you all for watching. Stay safe. Bye.